Shereem Herndon-Brown, founder and president of Strategic Admissions Advice, and we're getting to be around the time, we're at the end of January, where class of 2025 parents, I need you to shift gears and engage with your school counselor, okay? This is very, very important that you listen to me because, again, you're 12 months away from hopefully your child being admitted to college. It's very important that you understand the procedures and protocols of your school counselor and your school's college counseling office. So I say all that because I used to be a school counselor. And now that I have my own firm and we meet with families independently, we get a lot of complaints from parents about what their school counselor is not doing. And I want to let you know that's not fair. You need to, parents, meet them where they're at. They're probably sending emails to you. They're probably having things set up via Score and Naviance. They want to connect with you, but you have to want to connect with them. Their job is to help to counsel your kid, to help them to look at schools, consider schools, offer them suggestions. It's important that they help you to see the timeline in which things should happen. They're ultimately going to write a recommendation for your child. They should be helping them with some course selection that we can do too. But bottom line is your school counselor needs to be an ally in this process. I'm happy that many school counselors are now engaging more with independent consultants, knowing that we are all on team child, right? Team teen. And parents, it is now incumbent upon you to, yes, understand what the school counselor is doing, but also not jump at them when you don't think they're doing their job. Okay? I want to make sure that's very, very clear. School counselors are oftentimes overwhelmed. They oftentimes don't know your kid maybe as someone like I could, but they do mean well. They got into this profession for a reason and they want to help. 7 out of the 10 schools that your school counselor might recommend and an independent consultant might recommend should overlap. Ideally, if your school counselor or your independent consultant is informed, they should overlap. However, if they don't and you want second opinion, you want more advice, yes, that's when you might engage an independent consulting company. But I want to make sure that you're very, very clear on what you can do to help this process. Number 1, schedule a meeting. All right. Your school counselor is probably reaching out to your child. You need to make sure that you independently have a phone conversation with the school counselor, send them an email giving them some information about your child, maybe filling out some kind of questionnaire. You need to make sure that this isn't just a counselor and teen process, but the parent is involved understanding the timeline, procedures, and protocols. Number 2, I'm sure your school at this point uses some kind of software to help them to manage the process. That could be Naviance, that could be Score, that could be My Learning. Be aware what that software is and engage with it so that you understand the data that your school counselor wants you to understand for your child. And number 3, be patient. All right. While we are at the end of January, we do want to start shifting gears and ramping things up. We don't want you to have an adversarial relationship with someone who's doing the best that they can. Yes, you can always contact Strategic Admissions Advice or other independent consultants to help you, but start with your school counselor. Be patient, understand their procedures and protocols, understand how they're going to communicate with you, and I'm willing to bet that everything will work out fine, understanding that they want to help your kid the best that they can. So I say all that knowing that I also want you to schedule a free discovery call with us, learn more about how we can complement what your school counselor is doing. But first and foremost, make sure that your school counselor has been in contact with you and you're going to reciprocate and be in contact with them in order to help that your child to have a successful college admissions process.